When it comes to the ERC program, should I just let my CPA, bookkeeper, or payroll company file for me, or should I use a specialist? That's a question that I get all the time because it just seems logical to do. But over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you how you could be losing tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in ERC claim money by not using a specialist, and how to know the difference. And because I want you to watch this video in its entirety and not have to worry about taking notes, I have a free document that I created that goes over this topic in detail, including who some of the vetted specialists are in the field. And all you have to do to get it is just to drop a comment down below, or if there's a message button, click on Messenger, visit my profile, whatever. Send me a message somehow and let me know, and I'll send it to you right away. You don't have to put an email address in or opt in or anything like that. Just I'll send it out to you. It's not a big deal. So you really have nothing to lose. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Anthony Nitz, and like most other business owners, I was thankful when the programs like PPP, EIDL, and ERTC were introduced to help businesses like yours and mine. And while I certainly enjoyed those, there was a recent change to the ERC program that got me most excited. So I started sharing with other friends and family, only to learn how many scams and how much misinformation is out there. So I ended up kind of by default becoming an advocate for businesses like yours looking to explore ERC safely. And I've helped guide numerous businesses through this journey through my videos and other content. So now let me show you how most businesses are losing tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars by using their CPA or bookkeeper or payroll company. The first and biggest problem, I think, is misinformation. So when ERC first came out, the only way that you qualified was if you had what was called significant decline in gross receipts. And to this day, I get people call me almost every single day saying, hey, my CPA said I don't qualify. So what was the basis of that reason why you don't qualify? They said, well, I didn't meet the test of significant decline in gross receipts. But what they don't know is that there has been an update that says there is a whole bunch of other reasons why you can qualify. And so a lot of companies, or a lot of business owners like yourself have just said, well, I don't qualify, I'm not going to take it. The other thing is that PP back then, you could only get PPP or ERC. You could not get both. That was another change that was made. You can now get both. And the ERC program, you can get more money than what you got on your PPP program. And because it is basically a tax refund, it is a return to you, it's a check that you receive. This is something, it's not a loan. You don't have to pay it back. You don't have to worry about trying to negotiate the forgiveness of this loan. But that's not the case here. So you definitely need to take advantage of this. Misinformation is killing the opportunity of businesses all over the country. And another piece of that whole misinformation puzzle is that, for a lot of CPAs and bookkeepers and even payroll companies, guys, there's over 8,000 pages of legislation that's out there that surrounds the ERC program in it. And there's this 5,000 pages and these 2,000 pages and these hundreds of other pages and this other, it's all over the place and it's all intertwined. And, leave it to the politicians to make it super complicated. And the problem with this is that with misinformation, a lot of CPAs are way under filing. I'll give you a perfect example. I had a client, they had a small business, 15 employees, and their CPA told them, oh, no, let me file your ERC for you, when they had never done any. And when they ended up filing, they only ended up getting about $10,000 per employee. When they had their file reviewed by a specialist, it turns out that they were more in the $23,000 to $24,000 range. So because of misinformation, that CPA ended up way under filing, costing that company a lot of money, right? If the business owner would have just went, oh, well, that's what we got, they would have lost tons of money. And the problem is, it's not their fault. It's not the CPA's fault. It's not the bookkeeper's fault. It's not the payroll company's fault. It is just that the program is so darn complicated. There's no way possible, unless you eat, breathe, and sleep ERC, to understand what all is involved. It's 8,000 pages of, intertwined conflict, reference here, there, and cross-reference and all this stuff that they just don't have the time to allocate towards truly understanding it. They think it's as simple as just file an amended 941 here. There's 2 lines, you make an adjustment, you're done. No, it's not that simple, guys. So you got to have a specialist work for you. And if you're a CPA or bookkeeper or payroll company, you should be connecting with a specialist to help you do that for your clients so they get the best return and take the workload off of your table, right? The next issue when using your CPA, bookkeeper, payroll company sometimes is, I guess, gosh, what do you categorize it under? I'm going to call it pride, and that may not be the best word to use for it, but basically it's kind of like it, because I've heard this so many times where somebody says, well, I'm going to go talk to my CPA, and that CPA says, hey, no, let me file it for you, because a couple of things. Number one, they get to make some extra money, right? Which is, I understand that. And also there's some of them that are kind of like, well, I don't want my client to think that I'm not capable of doing something as simple as filing an amended return. But what they don't understand is how complicated this process really is. So definitely, don't fall victim of letting your, service provider just be prideful and say, no, I'm going to do it, and stomp their feet and everything like that. Because I've seen this. I've seen it firsthand where they fight for that position to be able to be the ones to file, but then they end up just not doing it the right way all the way through to the end. So whatever you do, definitely file for your ERC claim, okay? Hopefully use a specialist to do it, okay? Because if you don't file for ERC, what's going to happen is all that money that's going to be there is going to be left for the politicians to divvy up after the program comes to an end. And I know that you can do a whole lot more good with it for you, your family, for your friends, for your business, for your employees, for the community at large with that money that you could receive. And we're talking about a lot of money. So whether you need it or not, you definitely still need to file your ERC claim. So as a refresher of the details that I just shared with you and a whole lot more, I have a free document that I created that outlines all these details. And just like I said, a whole lot more. And all you got to do to get it is just drop a comment down below, or message me, or just reach out to me, contact me somehow, and I'll send it out to you right away. There's no opt-in required. I'm going to send it to you free so that you get started on the right path. And you have nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain, and I'm happy to share it with you. So I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.